Hey Cricketeers, this is Natalie with Cricket A to Z for all ages, and I wanted to create a tutorial for y'all on creating and editing your pressure settings on your machine. Now, have any of you ever experienced getting a project completely ruined because your machine didn't cut your material deep enough and you couldn't weed it, or maybe it cut too deep and cut right through to your mat? Well, there's a way that you can change those and tweak those settings in order to work for you. There's two ways that you can do that. The first thing you'll need to do, of course, is you'll need to open Cricut Design Space and make sure that your computer is connected to your Cricut and you have chosen the correct family. I have a maker up here, so I've selected my maker, and your machine needs to be also powered on before you even get started. You create your design, and then if you're working with a material that you've used before and it's not really the most desirable results on the cut, you can change those settings, and I'm going to show you how now. Go up here to your upper left hand corner to these three lines and click there, and go to manage custom materials. Click that. It does take the machine a while to connect and pull up all those different settings that you have. So you just have to be patient with it there. And the first thing you're going to notice is that you've got your custom materials. You're going to see your material name, your cut pressure, and this multi-cut just means how many times that your machine is going to cut the same design on that mat. And then over here, you've got your blade type. All right. Now let's say you've worked with glitter vinyl. Glitter vinyl is the devil. We all know this. Now we're going to find glitter vinyl on here. And there it is. There's the devil. Edit. You click edit over there on the far right hand side. And now on these settings that's already on here, you can change the pressure. Now, my advice would be to change it about 5 points at a time. So it's set on 70. We're going to try it on 75 and see how that works. You can also change this to where it'll cut more than twice, okay? But on these pre-settings, it's not going to allow you to change the blade type, okay? Let's say you got some extra stubborn vinyl. What are you going to do if you can't change that blade type and you think you need to change it to maybe the deep cut blade? Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and put this back down on 70, fix it back the way it was, and I'm just going to leave it alone. Save it like it was in the first place, because I am going to create my own custom setting. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this list, and you're going to choose add new material. Now, I'm going to name my glitter vinyl something else, so it differentiates the one that's already on there, and I don't accidentally choose that one. Let's call it devil glitter. So now you just click save, and this part is where it's going to take you to where you can change the settings. It defaults to 175. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, if you decide you wanted to do the deep point blade, is to change that blade first, because I'll tell you why. I'm going to change it back to fine point blade, and then I'm going to change it down to, let's say, 85. Okay, I can make all these changes on here, cut twice, but as soon as I change that to deep point blade, it resets everything. Okay, So you choose your blade first and then change the settings. And if you're going to do a deep point blade, I would suggest to go ahead and use the lowest setting, because you don't want to ruin your mat, okay? And then when you save that, you're going to test it on just a very small piece of glitter vinyl instead of a whole project where you're wasting a bunch if it doesn't work, or maybe even wasting a whole mat because it cut all the way through to your mat. Just a small tiny piece, okay? I've got this up here just for the image to show you what this is about, and you can resize it or whatever here. Okay, now you're going to click make it, and I'm going to show you how you find that custom setting that you just created. Now, a lot of people don't know this. You can move this around. Say you've got just a very small piece of vinyl and you want it to cut just so. You can line your glitter vinyl up, or any other material up on the mat, exactly where you want this to start cutting. And that way you're not having your material cut out and just only get part of the design, or have it cut it in a real weird place. Click continue. And this takes a little bit too, connecting to the machine and communicating with it. Okay, now I have all my popular ones. I work with Sportflex, iron-on, vinyl, and leather a lot. But I'm going to browse all materials. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can type in the actual name of your material right here. But if you can't, what if you forget the name? Okay, then you can go to all categories and go to my materials. These are going to list all the settings that you've custom designed for your material. Now, my materials, I had created one for corrugated cardboard, and then here's my devil. Now I can make this, if I work with devil glitter a lot, I can put that little star on, and it'll be on that little preset list that you've seen to begin with. But I need to make sure that this little green check mark is beside it, and click done. And now my material, or my machine, is ready to cut my material. Like I said, test it out on a small piece, and if it doesn't work right, try it on another small piece. Adjust those settings. Just play around with this. If you're having trouble with a certain type of material, just play around with small cuts until you get it exactly the way you want it. Y'all have a good day. I hope this tutorial has really helped you out.